Merhaba arkadaşlar, hoş geldiniz. Welcome back, everybody. Today we're going to be doing fresh runner beans, fresh green beans. I'm going to do that with meat. You can do it without meat, but I'm going to be doing that with meat. I've got some diced lamb here with the fat because it tastes quite nice, and I've also got some lamb ribs here. So I'm going to switch off my cooker and then add olive oil, and into that I'm going to just put my meat in to be browned off. Said I've got diced and also ribs, but they're all with its fat, so it tastes nice. They will be all melted away, but it's nice this way. So that's going to be browning off in there. And while that's browning off, I'm going to continue doing my beans, and I'll just quickly show you. So for the ingredients that we're going to need, once the meat is browned off, I've got one chopped up onion that's going to go in next. I've also got some nice tomatoes that I've done, peel the skin off and then dice them, so I've got about 6 tomatoes in there. So that's going to be going in later on. And I've got 1 kilo of beans, just to quickly show you how I would clean them. If they're soft, if I turn it off, so just turn it off for a minute. If they're quite soft, all I do is just cut the ends off, and then I'll just cut them like so. If they're more thicker, see that line? I normally just take that line just thinly. So I would just peel it like so. Just take that line off, and then I would just cut them up like that. Everybody does them different, but this is how I'm going to continue making them, slicing them. Like I said, the really thin ones, all I do is just take the 2 ends off and then cut them up like so. So I'm going to continue getting all my beans ready, browning off the meat, and then adding the onion into it, browning that off, and then I'll come back to you. Okay, so after you washed and sliced your beans however way you want, once they're all ready, if you've got large beans and they're hard, you can always take the beans inside rather than the greens if they're too hard. But you just slice them anyhow you want, and then now I fried my meat and taking it out. If you wasn't going to use meat, if you're going to use it as vegetarian, then this is how you would do it. You would add your onions into it once you put your olive oil or whichever oil you choose. You put your onions in it, and then you would pour your beans into it, and they need to be like stir fried if you like. So you just keep mixing them and letting it fried. You could have added the onions in with the meat, but I just wanted to show you that if you wasn't going to use meat and if you're going to do it as a vegetarian, then put your onions in to olive oil, and then once they're a little bit browned off, add your beans. So keep stirring and getting all these beans stir fried, and then I'll come back. Okay, so I've now been stir frying this for about 3-4 minutes until it starts changing its colour. And at this stage, if you're going to do it vegetarian, then obviously you don't need to put the meats in, but because I'm doing it with meat, I would put my meat back in. If you're going to use tomato puree, then this stage you would put a tablespoon of tomato puree into this and fry that with it as well. Because I'm not going to be using tomato puree, I'm going to be using fresh tomatoes. I'm just going to pour my meat back into it. Give it all mixed. And then I'm going to add my tomatoes. Like I said, nice tomatoes there. I've got about 6 tomatoes in here. So I'm just going to mix this in for about another minute or so until the tomatoes are like melted down a bit. You could use half of like tin tomatoes and a little bit of tomato puree to give it colour, but you'll see later on that these tomatoes do give out colour. So I'm just going to continue mixing this for a couple of more minutes, and then we'll be adding water and then letting it cook. So I'll keep stirring it for a couple of more minutes. Okay, after a couple of more minutes of mixing this tomatoes into it, as you can see, the tomatoes have broken down there and it's starting to release its juice. So at this stage now I'm going to top it up with water. You want to just bring it to cover the beans. I just need to put a bit more. As you can see how red it is, this is just fresh tomatoes that we've used. So we're quite lucky that they are fresh and they do bring out its colour. But obviously if you can't get this colour, then you can add a little bit of tomato puree into it. At this stage now, covered up, I'm going to put the lid on and bring it to boil. Once it's boiled, turn it down and let it simmer until it's cooked. When it's near cooking time, then we will add the seasoning to it. So at the moment, put the lid on and then bring it to boil. Once it's boiled, turn it down, simmer it until it cooks. Check it every so often to make sure it has got juice. If it hasn't, then you will need to put some more juice on. It will take some of that juice. Yeah. So bring it to boil and start simmering it, and then I'll come back to you. Hi. Okay. Food's been on for about 25 minutes or so. All the meat's coming away from the bones. It needs water, but at this stage I want to put some seasoning in. So I've got a teaspoon of salt and half a teaspoon of black pepper. And I'll also be putting chili flakes as well, just a little bit of chili flakes, but that's optional. As I said, it's taking its juice. It's nearly done really, you can see. The way to test it, obviously you'll be able to eat it. It's like put a fork into it and just taste it. But we need to put the seasoning first, so there's our seasoning done, and we're going to cover it up a little bit more water. There you go. And now again I'm going to bring it to boil and simmer it down, and then once it takes its juice again, you'll taste it with a fork and it'll be done. Okay, so I'll come back once it's simmered down again. Well, hi there. Our dinner's been on, simmering away, cooking away for since we put the seasoning for another half an hour. As you can see, it's all cooked. I have sort of tested it with a fork, and also for its seasoning. It's fine, it's perfect, just how I like it. So this is it. This is your Taze Fasulye, fresh beans, how to cook Turkish way. I'm just going to turn it off now, and I'm just going to dish it up. You can make have this with a bit of rice next to it, would go nice, or some chips, or a bit of salad next to it, but I'm just going to dish it up like so. Like I said, the bones are all coming away from, the meat's coming away from the bone. This is, it's just going to have it like this with a bit of bread next to it. And just dipping your bread and eating it. It's like so. All the tomatoes taste really nice. Like I said, if you don't like having tomato pieces in it, you can always do it with tomato puree. Nice and fresh. And obviously your meat's cooked really nice. And that's it. AFIYET OLSUN. Give it a go. I hope you enjoy. If you enjoyed watching the video, don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more recipes. Please leave me a comment if there's anything that you'd like to know. But that's it. Nice healthy dish there for you with tomatoes, green beans. Meat is optional, you don't have to have meat in it. An onion and a bit of olive oil to fry it all in. And that's it. Until next time, take care. AFIYET OLSUN. Bye for now.